Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Rodriguez, and today I'll be discussing cyber threats facing our cancer hospital and the importance of recognizing how different threat actors may attempt to compromise our systems. In my previous presentation to executive leadership, I explained why cancer hospitals are attractive targets for cyber attacks. Hospitals store large amounts of sensitive patient information, electronic health records, billing information, pharmaceutical data, and valuable cancer research. Because patient care depends on technology being available at all times, cyber attacks can have consequences that extend far beyond financial loss. They can delay patient treatment, interrupt hospital operations, expose confidential information, and even reduce emergency response capabilities. During that presentation, six primary threat actors were identified. They included cyber criminals, insider threats, advanced persistent threats, and industrial espionage groups, hacktivists, cyber terrorists, and script kiddies. Based on the likelihood of an attack and the potential impact on patient care, cyber criminals were ranked as the highest priority threat, followed by insider threats and advanced persistent threats. Before discussing the attacks each threat actor might perform, it is important to understand the difference between a threat and a vulnerability. A threat is anything capable of causing harm to the hospital, such as a cybercriminal, malicious insider, or malware. A vulnerability is a weakness that allows the threat to succeed. Examples include weak passwords, outdated software, employees clicking suspicious links, or improperly configured systems. In simple terms, the threat is an attack or danger, while the vulnerability is the weakness that the attacker exploits. We'll begin with the least serious threat actor and work our way towards the most significant threat actor facing the hospital. Script kiddies are individuals with limited technical knowledge who rely on publicly available hacking tools rather than creating their own. While they generally lack sophisticated skills, they can still cause problems if basic security measures are not in place. One attack they may perform is port scanning, where they search hospital systems for open network ports and vulnerable services. Another possible attack is password spraying, which attempts a few common passwords across many employee accounts in hopes that someone is using a weak password. These attacks are often opportunistic and can usually be prevented through strong password policies and proper system monitoring. The next threat actor is hacktivists. Unlike cybercriminals, hacktivists are generally motivated by political, social, or ideological beliefs rather than financial gain. One attack they may perform is website defacement, where the hospital's public website is altered to spread a political message or embarrass organization. Another common attack is a distributed denial of service or DDoS attack, which floods the hospital's public-facing systems with traffic until legitimate users can no longer access online services. While these attacks may not directly affect patient records, they can still damage the hospital's reputation and interrupt communication with patients. Moving up the threat scale are cyber terrorists. Their goal is to create fear, confusion, and widespread disruption. One attack they may perform is sending false emergency alerts, causing confusion among hospital staff and patients during critical situations. Another possible attack is a critical infrastructure sabotage, where attackers attempt to disrupt systems supporting hospital operations, such as communications, access control, or other essential services. Although these attacks are less common, their potential impact on public safety makes them a serious concern. The next category is insider threats, which involve individuals who already have authorized access to hospital systems. Insider threats may be malicious, negligent, or result of compromised employee accounts. One possible attack is unauthorized access to patient records, where an employee views confidential medical information without a legitimate business reason. Another attack is research data exfiltration, where sensitive cancer research or clinical trial data is copied and removed from the hospital without authorization. Because insiders already possess legitimate credentials, these attacks are often more difficult to detect than attacks coming from outside the organization. The second highest threat consists of advanced persistent threats, or APTs, and industrial espionage groups. These attackers are highly organized, well-funded, and often associated with nation-state organizations or large criminal enterprises. One attack they may perform is a supply chain compromise, where attackers infiltrate a trusted software vendor to gain access to hospital systems through legitimate software updates. Another attack is zero-day exploitation, where attackers use previously unknown software vulnerabilities before organizations have an opportunity to apply security patches. Their objective is to often steal valuable cancer research, pharmaceutical information, or other intellectual property while remaining undetected for extended periods. Finally, the greatest threat facing the hospital is cyber criminals. These attackers are primarily motivated by financial gain and frequently target healthcare organizations because downtime directly affects patient care. One common attack is small email compromise, or BEC, where attackers impersonate executives or trusted vendors to trick employees into transferring funds or revealing sensitive information. The second attack is double extortion ransomware, where attackers not only encrypt hospital systems but also steal sensitive patient information before demanding payment. This creates pressure to pay the ransom because the hospitals risk both operational disruption and the public release of confidential data. These attackers can halt patient care, delay medical procedures, and create significant financial and reputational damage. In closing, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. Every employee plays an important role in protecting our patients, our research, and our hospital systems. By recognizing these threat actors and understanding the attacks they may use, and reporting suspicious activity as quickly as possible, we can reduce the likelihood of a successful cyber attack and help ensure the hospital continues providing safe and reliable patient care. Thank you for your time.